is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is what is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with that quick video for Tuesday. We're going to talk about an update on Darius Garland, a guy that some people, including myself, might be replaced early in his career just because of the fact that the draft is coming up. The Cleveland Cavaliers has been one of the worst teams this season, and they have an ample opportunity to pick up a top 5 pick that can really change their fortunes, perhaps, depending on what happens and how they build the team in the future. One thing I do know, I was sold on Sexton from day one that I seen him play, and he has lived up to the hype, in my personal opinion. But at the same time, he still got room to grow, and so do a lot of other players on this team because they are very young. They still do have some good vets there, and they still, got to find out some type of way that they want to build this team and have come year after year after year when they start picking up more talent and more players. And hopefully they don't really screw it up in the draft. But Garland is an interesting guy as he missed majority of his college season. He was a guy that came in and a lot of people wanted to know how could he play, would he fit, what he brings to the table because we didn't see that much of him. It still warranted him to be a top 10 pick in the NBA draft. And to me, he got off to a slow start, which I would expect because he's going to be rusty. He's not going to go out there and play amazing right after an injury that's that significant. Plus, he had new teammates, new coach, new whole culture and organization around him. Interesting part about it is he handled it pretty well. He was rocky. He was cold at some points, turnover prone at some points, and his shot selection was iffy at best. Not as bad as people think, because this is the modern NBA where a lot of these shots are allowable and a lot of the shots are acceptable now compared to about 10 to 15 years ago. Your coach will probably bench you for a lot of shots that people take now. But that's another story for another day, as it is acceptable now to do that. And Garland is of that ilk where he's a shooter. He has good touch. He has good handles for his size and for the fact that he's coming off a major injury on his lower body. But he powered through it throughout the whole season. He stayed positive. He stayed committed to work, and his numbers improved throughout the year. It wasn't crazy, wasn't mind-blowing, but it showed progress. It showed growth, and that's what you want to see out your rookies. You want to see them start to figure it out. You want to see them start to make adjustments. You want to see them make improvements throughout the season. And to me, that really gave the Cavaliers a lot of hope because it was so dark in the beginning. And as he continued to go throughout the season, I'm saying, I'm liking what Garland doing. I'm respecting what he's doing. I like what he's about. But he still is a pretty bad player at the end of the day, even though he is a rookie. So you should give him a pass just for that because it was his first season back. But I really want to see what the Cavaliers are going to do. I was anti-double point guard backcourt, and I still am. I'm still kind of curious of what they're going to do with that. I don't look at them. They two guys that like to have the ball. They're two guys that are best when they have the ball most of the time. And on top of that, they're too short. They both don't play any type of defense, which is a recipe for disaster in the NBA, especially at those positions, especially when they're not even tall enough to be at those positions or athletic enough or strong enough to even play those positions. And that's another downfall of the double backcourt lineup. Some people like it. Some people use it. You see guys like Toronto and other teams using the two, guard lineup. I've never been a fan of it. I'm still not a fan of it. And I think the Cavaliers are just, we have to see if they do give the opportunity to Garland, we have to see how far he can take it and how far he can really become into a great player just because we haven't seen enough of him because he's only a rookie. So I'm very, very interested in Darius Garland. a guy that can pull up from anywhere on the court, a guy that can get close to the basket. He has bad finishing right now, but he still got to learn his body a little bit more. He still got to grow. He still got to increase his IQ, which will happen if he keeps playing. But I feel like the way he plays and the way he attacks the game, he has the right mentality most of the time. And for his body, for his athleticism, he's only limited to what he can really do. He's only really limited to a certain point that he only can really get the best out of that body. He only can really do so much to get the best out of his talent. I feel like he is a guy that has a cylinder. He has a ceiling that he's gonna reach, and it may not be an all-star, may not be superstar, but he still is a guy that's very intriguing to me, very interesting piece on his team. Is he a starter? Should he come off the bench? Can he become a 20-point scorer like Sexton has already basically become very quickly? And if he can, him and Sexton can get the best out of each other just because they have certain type of similarities that will make them interesting as a fit. But one of them, Sexton is not the passer. He's not the playmaker, and Garland not the best passer or playmaker either. But he is a great shooter for what he is right now, and I feel like he can improve that just because he can do it with longevity in the league. This backcourt is one of the most confusing things I ever seen. That is, you will literally take two top 10 picks and pick two guys that really don't mesh or really play well off of each other at this point. And I have been the person that has said if the Cavaliers do get a top 2, top 3 pick, that they should go all in on Anthony Edwards just because he's the type of guy that they would need size, strength, scoring wise, creation wise, is a way better fit than Darius Garland is with Colin Sexton. Biggest problem with that idea is that Sexton and Edwards are not good passers. They're not good playmakers, and they are a little hero ballish, which happens when you're used to that mentality in college and high school when you're getting the ball, you're making all the plays, you're making all the decisions, you're scoring all the points because you're the best player on the team. It's kind of hard to break you from that mode. It's kind of hard to strip you from that when that's what you've been your whole entire career. And that's one thing that a lot of people do struggle with, coming off the bench, getting hit pride-wise because you think you're better. You want to prove that you're better. And sometimes you just can't accept that you're not the guy that you want to be, which happens to a lot of us as people in not just basketball, just in general. And I think that that's going to be the most interesting part about the Cavaliers is what do they do with these two players? They had a lot of players they could have picked, and these are two guys that they ended up with. And now having the opportunity to add another possible top 5 player in the NBA draft is really going to see how they're going to really build this team in the future and what pieces and foundations that they're going to build upon going into the future. And Garland is a guy that I personally feel he'd be a good guy off the bench because he can score, he can do a lot of things, and if Sexton is on the bench and Garland's in the game, they don't really have to play off each other. They don't really have to play with each other, and that will allow him to be himself and do what makes him happy and makes the best for his teammates because he is a good floor general for what he is as a rookie. But when Sexton is off the court, that allows him to be the best version of himself. And that's one thing that's very, very important if he wants to be successful in the league. You know what your game is, you know what you are, you know what you can and you can't do. And that's how you get the best out of your potential is maximizing what you are and maximizing your game and basically perfecting and polishing it up to the point where you're basically impossible to stop when you get your niche and you get your game and your bread and butter locked up and playing at your highest level. So this is something that I want to keep an eye on. Will they give up on this backcourt? Will they continue to try it? Will it work? Will it fail? And will they just go in a different direction in the next 2 to 3 years? That's going to be the most interesting thing that happens with the Cavaliers. How they build, how they try to figure out another way to redo this team. And at the end of the day, just being overall interested in their future with these two players being so high in the draft. Would they regret drafting both of them? Can they make both of them work? And will they be hunted because of this, or can they fix it? The Cavaliers haven't been a great team without LeBron, basically, and now they're trying to go in a different direction and rebuild. And they got some interesting pieces, some interesting parts, but this is probably the most interesting thing in general when it comes to their foundation that they're trying to build currently right now. But that's all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think about Darius Garland as a player, about him and Sexton. Should they do it? Should they give up on it? Should they try to find a different, direction? Should they try to find a different identity? That's going to be a big thing in the next 2 to 3 years is how this is going to work, or is they going to continue to push it? I don't think they should do it. I think they should stop now. But Garland and Sexton ain't playing their best basketball just yet. And I might be wrong in the future. And I'm willing to admit that if that time does happen or if it does come to fruition. But other than that, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Like the video. Actually, you know what? Also, check out my channel. I got over 1,000 videos, breakdowns, discussions, top 10 lists. Also got the fact that I do playoff predictions, season previews, everything covered. So you love basketball, you can't get enough of it. I have so much videos already, and I try to make a video each and every day. And at the end of the day, if you love this type of content, if you love the NBA, this is the channel for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I read every comment. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back Wednesday with another video.